Wren, Chapter 9, A Step Forward and Under. There was a young girl in the neighborhood named Gloria Kyle. She was exceptionally pretty and ever so sweet. She came to the house now and then to stay with the children if Mommy and Daddy were going out, and often after school she visited just to play with them. They grew to love her very much. So did Mommy and Daddy. So did Shanty. So did the bunnies. As time went on, Gloria was at the house sometime during almost every day. It was she who thought of a new part of the game that would help Wren's hands. She bought a set of finger paints and taught the children how to use them. One afternoon, she put on a contest for all the children in the neighborhood. You be the judge, she told Wren's mother, and you, Marie, fill the roasting pans with with water to soak the papers in. How about some prizes? Mummy asked. Wonderful, chorused the children. Good, we'll have 4 first prizes, Mummy promised. A box of lollipops, a package of balloons, some trading cards, and marbles. The children really worked, and when they were through, they put their papers on the kitchen walls. It was certain they made a frightful mess, but Mummy didn't mind a bit. She judged the paintings for the most original, the most colorful, the most artistic, and the funniest. Marie and Wren did not get a prize, but Wren got something even more important. From doing a lot of finger painting, her hands began to work better, and her use of a fork and spoon improved immensely. She could handle toys as time went on, and she became adept at turning the pages of a book. Her father took her fork and spoon and bent the handles so they were easier to hold. Her mother made a button board. Marie and Gloria and Mummy and Wren used to work on this for hours and hours. It was all part of the game and always lots of fun. Under the cloth, used to put new and beautiful pictures, so each time Wren opened the buttons, there was something interesting or exciting beneath. This was a big help to Wren in learning to dress herself, for no one can dress himself if he can't button buttons. There was also a zipper board. One night, as usual, Daddy lifted Wren up into her chair for dinner. Gloria was there, and she was telling a silly joke when the telephone rang. The family were in the dining room, and the phone was in the kitchen. I'll get it, Wren sang out. This was a really good joke because she couldn't walk to the kitchen. She couldn't walk alone at all. Father laughed and said, Don't run, you might break a leg. Wren shrieked with laughter, and then I couldn't walk. At that remark, everyone laughed and laughed, not just because it was a good joke, but because Wren made the joke on herself. Gloria laughed so hard she started to choke, and Daddy had to get up and pat her on the back. Later, when Wren had been tucked into bed and the family had finished their nightly prayers, Marie asked Mummy and Daddy a question that worried her a great deal. She was happy as she could be about all the progress Karen made, but when will Wren walk by herself? Ever? With her hard work and the help of all of us in prayer, we hope that one day she'll be able to use crutches, Mommy answered. Oh, Mom Pum, really? Really? When? We mustn't be impatient, Princess, Daddy warned her. It will take time. Maybe a long, long time. When it happens, won't Shanty love it? Marie looked at the Irish setter as he lay in front of the crackling fire. He and Wren can go off by themselves. Shanty opened one eye and wagged his tail. 2 of the bunnies pounced on it. Marie went on. Kathy was bragging today about how well John roller skates. He does skate well. It's unusual for a child his age, said Mommy. Well, when she was bragging about Johnny, I bragged about Wren. Oh, queried Daddy. And what did you say? I said she had a better vocabulary than most adults, and if she ever started using her big words with Kathy, she wouldn't know what Wren was saying. Sometimes I don't, Marie half whispered, but don't tell Kathy that. Humph, grunted Daddy. Is that kind of bragging wrong? Marie looked a little worried. Well, Daddy started. No, Mom Pom said positively. No, repeated Daddy, smiling at Mommy. I'm glad, Marie nodded her head. You know something? The other day when Wren and I were having lunch at Rudy's, John was acting up something awful, and Wren told him, John, I am appalled at your barbaric behavior. I had to stop and think about what she meant. I should think so, Mommy agreed, chuckling. Marie walked over to Daddy and put her arm around his neck. Tomorrow's Saturday, she said, and you don't go to the office. Might we go swimming? May we, Mommy corrected. May we, Marie repeated. It's a date, Daddy told her. Gee, I hope it doesn't rain. Marie looked suspiciously at the few clouds in the sky. The next morning, she woke to find the sun striking sparkles from everything it touched. The family hurried to breakfast and the dishes and beds and the game, and by 10 o'clock they were at the beach. Gloria went too. Marie learned to swim before she could talk and went fishing before she could talk. But Mommy and Daddy realized it would be some time before Karen could swim. They thought, however, that this summer they could take her along when they went fishing. Daddy felt this would not be safe unless Wren knew how to hold her breath when they were underwater, so he decided to teach her. There were only a few people and some noisy gulls on the beach when they arrived. Gloria and Marie raced right into the water, swimming, chasing each other, and playing dead man's float. Daddy picked up Karen. Come on, Wren, we're going to have a lesson. What kind of lesson, Daddy? A lesson in holding your breath underwater. You mean when I'm submerged? Mom Pom hid a smile behind her hand. Yes, when you're submerged. They ran to the water's edge. Mom Pom had brought a bag of brightly colored marbles. Daddy placed Wren on her stomach on the water's edge. He took 5 or 6 marbles and put them in the water within her reach. Now, sweetheart, he told her, you're going to pick up the marbles and hand them to Mummy. Okay, Daddy. When Wren had picked these marbles up, her father put some more in the water, only this time out deeper. Wren had to crawl into the water so she could reach them. The little waves slapped over her, and she called to Gloria and Marie, Hey, look at me, I'm having a lesson. The girls came over to watch. A big wave came along and washed into Karen's face. She sputtered and coughed. Now, Wren, Daddy told her, this is the lesson. When the water reaches your face, hold your breath. That way you won't inhale any. We'll practice until after a while you can hold your breath for a long time. Marie threw herself down beside Wren and put her face close to the water. Like this, she said, and pulled in a big breath and held it while the water washed over her face. Then like this, she said, and she blew out her breath. A few more waves, a few more sputterings and coughings, and suddenly Karen caught on. She'd reach for a marble, and when she saw a wave coming, she'd breathe in deep and fast and hold her breath until the wave was gone. You're pretty smart, her mother sounded proud. She turned and dove into the water. She swam out and back, coming up to Karen like a seal, swimming first on top of the water and then swimming under the water so Wren didn't know where she was. She made noises like a seal, and that sounded like the blare of a rusty trumpet. I want to do that, Mom Pom, Wren said. You'll do it sooner than you think, Mommy assured her, now that you're learning to hold your breath. For the next 2 weeks, Karen went swimming every day, and every day she practiced. It was Saturday, and Wren was picking up marbles quite well. Her father was putting them out deeper and deeper. In order to pick them up now, Wren had to put her face closer and closer to the surface of the water. Then Daddy took a huge blue marble that Karen loved and put it in quite deep. Mummy and Marie and Gloria were watching intently because they knew Wren would have to put her face under the water to get it. Come on, honey, said Marie. Get it quick before it moves away. 4 times Wren put her face down and reached for it, but she pulled back every time she felt the water on her whole face. You pick it up, Mom Pom. Not on your life, Mummy answered. If you want it, you must get it. Wren looked at Daddy and Gloria and Marie. You can do it, they told her in unison. Then I will, said Wren. She looked at the marble, sucked in a deep breath, put her head down and under. 1 second, 2. She pulled her head back, blew out her breath, and held up the blue marble to show them. You did it, they all sang out. You're wonderful. Karen was beaming. I'll do it again. It's not hard, it's fun. And without waiting for Daddy to put another marble under the water, she ducked her head and came up with a pebble. She did it again and again. Everything looks pretty under the water, Daddy, she said. I want to come tomorrow and practice some more. By the end of the next week, for Mommy took her every day, Wren could hold her breath underwater as long as Marie and Gloria and Mummy and Daddy.